Our show. My name is Cuts by Dre, and I'm in the building with my man
T
T
Style, what's
Styles.
good, everybody? What's up to all my barbers out there? Hoping y'all having a good week and y'all are blessed.
All right, we in our new studio set in the back of the barbershop. We did us a new podcast set up in the back of the shop, something like in the movie Barbershop. You remember when what was it? Ice Cube had the
Man, I
set
know
up
you
in the
did
back
not
of the
mess his
barbershop.
name up, Ice Cube. Y'all about the
Ice
same
Cube,
age.
Ice Cube.
Yeah, that's what I said. You was messing it up.
Nah,
Like,
because I was about to say Ice T, but
oh,
then I said Ice. Yeah, Ice Cube. You remember they had the little setup in the back of the barbershop and studio. A little bit something like what we got going on. But this is our setup here. This is where we're gonna be shooting our podcast at. Yeah, look a little laid back, y'all a little comfortable. But hey,
very comfortable.
this how we gonna be doing it from here on out in the future. So what's today's show about Styles?
Today's show is about something that we all gonna go through, that we all gonna face at one time or another, and it's happened. What we gonna talk about today of what happened when you do a bad haircut and the client is basically not happy. But on this part, we're gonna talk about as far as giving a refund or not.
Okay, so we're gonna be talking about refund policies. Okay.
Correct.
So basically, what's the best method of a refund policy and what we should be doing with that?
Yes, correct.
Okay,
Yes.
so your question to me is okay, customer don't like their haircut, what type of refund should they get? Is that what you're
Right.
asking?
That's what we're gonna be asking, but we're gonna tell the people the story so they can know what's going on.
Okay, all right, all right.
All
Well,
right.
well, start the story for me.
So this is basically, like I said, we're gonna go through with a haircut. That all you all is gonna go through. Man, I messed that up, but oh well, let's get it. So I got a customer who wanted a haircut that side of my chair. It was a basic haircut, a edge up, shape up, line up, whatever you call it, based on where you at, and that's what he wanted with basically a low blend, low sleeve. Well, not blend, a low sleeve Caesar, a low even all around. So that's not hard to do. Anybody can do that for the most part. So I took care of that. As I was cutting his hair, I what you call it. I talked to the customer to make sure this what he want. So you got to check in with the people to let them know. You ask them questions about is this what you want, this how you like it, this what want to be done, and that's what I did. And after I finished, I gave him the mirror, let him see it, and make sure is this exactly what you want. And he confirmed it's what he want. So I'm like, okay, this is what you got. You know what I'm saying? So after that, he paid me, left. I thought I did a good job, and that was it on my end.
All right, so this is actually a true lie, a true story.
Yes, this is definitely a true story that I'm going. So we try to spit. I'm gonna try to be transparent as per because we all make mistake, and I'm not, and nobody is immune to that. So in this situation, I'm telling y'all what happened and what was done about it. Then in the comment section, we want y'all to tell us what was y'all doing. What y'all done something different, or how would you handle it?
Okay, okay. So what happened?
So after that, as far as from my understanding, um, the person, what happened was the person came back. Not the person, but I said the client. Somebody came in for the client. Let's say that the person parent or guardian or whatever came in and said that the client did not like the haircut. He didn't like how it was done, and he didn't want to say nothing about it. And they basically wanted a refund.
Okay, and when did they come back?
They came. That's a good point. They came back. That's a very good point. They came back the next day. It was not the same day. It was the following day.
Okay, so they came back the following day
Yes,
and asked for a
and
refund.
asked for a refund. And also, the person did not come back. He sent the representative. So
Okay, sent the parent most likely
right
or somebody. Okay,
somewhere there because honestly, to be transparent, I do not know the person age, but they look over 18 to me.
okay,
So let's be clear on that too. So that do plays a part. Because if it was like 12 or 10, then yeah, they probably was scared or something and just was not feeling it and was too scared to say something. But the person looked to like to be a young adult. So
all right. So your question to me is, what should we do in a situation like that? Client comes in, gets a haircut, don't like it, but don't tell you on the spot. They will pretty much look in the mirror and say the haircut is fine. Then the following day, they either come back themselves or they send their parents or somebody, most likely a irate mother, just to be true with the game. It's most likely a mother that's going to come back and be like, look, I ain't like the way my son's haircut was. I want my money back. What should we do in that situation? All right, as a shop owner, I pretty much, I'm first of all, I'm not the type of owner where you always say the customer's right. That's not me. I'm not. I never fell in that category. The customer ain't never right. Okay, I won't say never right, but the shop owner has the authority to tell who's right, who's wrong if that's their shop. I don't believe in that customer's always right scenario. That's first. Secondly, you got to investigate. You got to do a quick, thorough investigation, see what's going on. Ask some questions. When did you get your hair cut? Who cut the hair? What didn't you like about it? Okay. If they answer those questions to your satisfactory and you feel as though that you should give them a refund, then I feel as though just to keep business on the safe side because Google, because of reviews out here, reviews could definitely damage the reputation of your shop. You don't want to piss people off, give them a refund. I feel as though that I would give them a refund without hesitation just to keep the client happy. Sometimes I might even offer, okay, come back in. I'll give you a free haircut the next time, or if you can come in, I'll try to fix it for you. That's my take on that. You know, now, like I said, the customer's not always right. Sometimes the customer might come in, like you said, they said the cut was good the day of the cut, and then the next day later they want a refund. Well, sometimes you got customers out there that got game and they're just trying to kick that game and trying to get money and
That's
get
true.
haircuts. I've known customers that used to do that, jump from chair to chair trying to get free haircuts. So it's not always a situation where you can give people their money back. You gotta take it as a case by case, situation.
That's true. And let me also clarify that uh, the situation that the person I cut hair, the owner being cut by Dre, didn't see the cut, so he couldn't tell if it was a good cut or bad cut. He was basically going off what the parent or the person that came in said. So that got to take that into consideration. Can't even talk because of the situation. Now, with that being said, if we do have you do have a refund policy, what's your refund policy? But like we said, it came in the next day. Now, how many days would you give them that said, okay, look, this was a bad haircut, and I want my money back? A day, the next day, because my personal opinion, if I have a refund policy, if you don't come back that day, then it's no go. That's just me personally how I would do it, but that's not me, and everybody is free to do how they want. So how many? What's the maximum amount of days they can come in if you do a refund? And some people out there probably don't even give refunds.
That's true. I mean, like you said, that's a good topic. I mean, because first you got to have a policy, a refund policy. So that's something that you got to sit down and think about and go over it with your employees. What's the best method to come up with if you don't have no refund policy, like we don't? I'll just be honest with you.
That's a little bit too honest. Like,
I
is
mean,
we got?
like,
Is it in the works though? Is this just we doing case by case, or is it just in the works,
I mean,
or we just learn as we go?
I'll say refund policy as far as coming in the shop. Now on my website, I do have a refund. I have a policy, but in the shop, I don't have anything posted as a policy. So that gives the customer, the advantage because you don't have anything staying saying that I can't come back in a day or 2 days or 3 days. So it's up to the owner, it's up to the client, not the client, it's up to the owner and the barber to determine whether they're going to give the money back or not, and who's going to take that hit. Is the owner going to take the hit or is the barber going to take the hit? I mean, who do you feel as though should take the hit in a situation like that? If you cut somebody's hair and they didn't like it and they came back to get their money back and I gave them the money back, who do you feel as though should take that financial
Now
hit?
you asking me this, or
Yeah,
you?
I'm asking you that.
Okay,
Yeah.
in my opinion, because of my experience, who I am, I believe it falls on the barber. That's just me. I feel because you rent the booth, it was your cut, and you should be responsible. You should take responsibility for it. Now it's kind of different because you wasn't there when they came back to get the refund, so you couldn't defend yourself as I couldn't defend myself as a barber, which you kind of, it's your word against theirs. So, it, long story short, I feel like it's the barber responsibility to because it's your job, it's your responsibility to refund it if it's a refund policy.
Yeah, I mean, I can agree with that. And it could go both ways. If you're booth rent or if you're on commission, I think it should be the shop owners. But if you are on booth rent, I think the barber should assume the financial hit. But at the same time, some of the weight lies on the owner too because you hired the barber and that barber is in your shop. So they are a representation of you. And most people, when they have complaints with an employee, even if you in Walmart or if you in Target, if you have a complaint with an employee, what's the first thing you do? You ask for the manager. You
True.
don't you don't go to the employee and be like, "Can I get my money back? I didn't blah blah blah." Blah." You go to the manager. So, in a sense, the manager or the owner is partially responsible and should take the hit as well. So, I think that, in my opinion, the owner should take the hit. And then if the barber feels as though, okay, I reimburse you because you took the hit and I knew I did a bad job, then that's different. But if the barber is like, the cut was good, they said it was good, it looked good to me, I ain't giving them their money back, then I don't think the barber should give them no money back. That's the owner. The owner reimbursed them because eventually it's going to be the owner's uh, business that's online. For instance, I had barbers, we've been here for quite some time, and I've had barbers that worked for me like 8 years ago, even longer. Their reviews are still on my Google, and I can't get them off. So it don't matter, if you don't treat that customer right, that bar can be long gone, and the owner's still going to take a hit financially one way or another because of those reviews on YouTube that don't go nowhere.
Okay, that's all true. I mean, also if y'all know how to give remove Google reviews, let us know.
I know that's right. Yeah.
So, okay, the client did like the cut. He said he liked the cut before he left. Now, what if he said that he didn't like the cut, but the barber couldn't fix it or didn't know how to fix it? And asked the owner for help. Now, the reason I said that is we did do a video about owner versus barber as far as what the new barber should expect from the owner. So if you watching this, go take a look at that video and you'll learn more about why I'm asking him this question.
Okay, so what's that question?
The question is, which are you going to insist to make that client leave out there with a good haircut
Am I
if the
going to
client doesn't like the cut or likes a particular part of the cut? Are you going to fix that cut so the client is happy?
am I going to assist you? You're saying?
Yeah, are you going to assist the or basically are you going to do what need to be done to make the client happy? That's the question.
Okay, the client said they don't like the cut. That's
They
what you're
don't like the
saying.
cut. Yes, as
Oh
you
yeah,
as the
as a shop
owner
owner, yeah, I've
are
done that plenty
right.
of times. Yes,
Mm,
I've fixed haircuts before they went out the door.
okay.
A numerous amount of times. Not saying that we got a lot of unprofessional barbers, but over 30 years, numerous amount of times can be 10 times, which is nothing. It's very very low percentage, but I've done that. Just to make the customer happy. Yeah, I don't have a problem fixing a haircut. Before they walk out the door, just to keep somebody happy.
Okay, so if you fix the cut, depending on what you do you take that payment or do that still go to the barber or you take
Me
some of it?
personally, no, I never took the payment. No, everybody not the same. I would always let the barber, get their money because they're going. That's a learning experience from them. Don't nobody want to get up on the free throw line, and it's only 2 seconds left in the game, and you miss both your free throws. Don't nobody want to do that. So you're gonna learn from that. So I would go ahead and pay the barber, and trust and believe they're gonna work harder and harder to try to get better because they don't want to go through that experience again. It could be a humiliating experience. So yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely that client probably 8 times out of 10 probably not coming back to you.
I mean, yeah, I mean that's true, man. When you mess up somebody's hair, client's not gonna come back. So that's why I feel as though it's nothing that you can do. Everybody messes up ahead.
Everybody gonna lose the client.
I've been in the game for 30 plus years, and I consider myself to be one of the best barbers out there. Got a lot of confidence in myself, and I'm always looking at each haircut like it's a artwork, a piece of Picasso, and I'm trying to perfect it to the best of my ability. Not a month ago, and I haven't had an unsatisfied client in years, I could say. But about a month ago, I gave a guy a low Caesar all over, gave him a spray line, hooked them all up, had him looking like he was coming out of a GQ magazine, and he looked at the haircut and was like, "Wow, no, I don't like this." And hey, I was kind of shocked because I was looking at it, knowing what a good haircut looks like. And I pride myself in knowing what a cut should look like. It looked great to me. It looked picture perfect to me, but the client had a total different look. Everybody's not into those enhancements. Everybody is not into that super sharp GQ magazine look. Some people just like to look natural and clean. And if you don't know that, with a first time customer, if you don't do your proper consultation, which apparently in that particular job I didn't, the client didn't like it. So what did I do? I refunded him his money, and I even text the client and apologize and said I hopefully you come back to see me again. But it's been a month now. I guarantee you he will never call me again. It's just a part of the game.
Definitely, yes, it's definitely a part of the game. So that's something y'all can look forward to, something y'all can think about. Now, on the same point of a refund policy, since we are in a shop that's all for booth rent and every barber's like their own entity, when it comes to a refund policy, do you think it's better that each barber have their own refund policy, or should a shop make a refund policy that all the barbers should be governed under?
Now, see, that's in my opinion. A lot of people confuse. This is just me, my personal opinion. They confuse booth rental with ownership. Just because you're renting a booth, you're still working inside of a shop. Now they have salon shops or stores out now, and I'm not sure the proper name of them. You might know T
The
what they
suites.
call. Okay, suites. If you're in a suite situation and you're in your own enclosed environment and you're paying for that particular suite, then yeah, everybody in there can have their own individual refund policies because even though you're walking into one big building, it's a suite and everybody's sectioned off. But if you're walking in a barber shop, an open space barber shop, even though the barbers was on booth rent, nobody knows that the barbers is on booth rent except the barbers and the owner. The people out there in the public, not only do they not know, they don't care
That's true.
whether you're on booth rent or barber shop. So they're only looking at it as a business, just like they walk into Starbucks, McDonald's, wherever they might be walking into Target. They looking at the business overall, and they expecting to have one type of policy for everybody. And I feel the same way. Even though you're on booth rent, you're still working inside of my shop, and you got to go by these rules and these policies, even though you are on booth rent. That's the way I run my store.
That's, I mean, for most part, that's I agree that's how it's supposed to be because it's your shop and like I said, they just running the space, and it's better that everybody be on the same page on the same accord so they can know what's going on and have to deal with it. And we all know people gonna mess up bad cuts. We all gonna do it. We all gonna make mistakes. Do you think you have any ways that we can avoid having to give a refund? We already said that if the client doesn't like the cut, then it's on the owner to make sure that that client leave out of there satisfied if all possible. Because the last thing you want to do is give money back. That's
Yeah,
the last thing you want to do. You want to keep all your money in your pocket. That's first and foremost. But you also want to have satisfied customers and clients. You want to have returning customers and clients. You want to have customers and clients that are your billboard that can speak for you and bring you other clients. So
yeah, okay. Well, I mean, I agree with that. I mean, I only think there's only a few reasons why you shouldn't give the money back. Well, not a few, but it's a case by case basis. You got to evaluate the customer and the haircut. Some people just out to scam you, and you got to be able to, decipher those customers, determine which ones they are, and don't give them refunds. Some people you don't want as customers. You be like, look, later, don't come back in my store no more. I don't want your business. So everybody don't get a refund. Refunds only go to people that you think that should deserve one rightfully. And you're trying to retain them as a customer.
All
If
right.
I give a refund, I want you to come back so that
Right.
it's not a total refund. I'll get the money back in the future.
Okay. And then also, what if they don't like the cut, also ask them what do they exactly do not like about the cut. So you can know, is it something you did, something you can work on, or is it just something in their head? Because at the end of the day, you probably did a good cut, so you should know you did a good cut. It's just the client didn't like it. Don't mean that the cut was bad on your part. It just means that the client didn't like it. So it shouldn't be something that you necessarily have to switch up. If you're a beginner barber, then you can ask the owner or somebody more experienced about it. But if you was an experienced barber, I mean, you probably already know that the cut was good, and that was just an unsatisfied client that you couldn't do nothing about it. Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
All right. Yo, if y'all like this topic, let us know in the comment section, and like to strive. Tell them how we doing. If any topic that you want us to talk about, let us know. And with that said, you got anything you want to tell the people before we get out of here?
Nah, pretty much just make sure y'all check us out, man. This is the Cuts and Styles podcast, man. We talking barber talk all day long, all night long, all week, all year long. Two barbers in the game, and y'all just make sure y'all check us out. Get some good info on the barber business, barber talk.
All right, later.
All right, thanks y'all for checking us out.